Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to be playing a game called Changed, keeping in with our currently active theme of RPG Maker games being used for off-label purposes. Changed is an interesting one, and I want to start off with some content warnings here. Changed is suggestive. Oh, I just somehow accidentally hid every single window of on my computer. 1 second. There we go. Changed is suggestive. I've put labels on the stream for it. I will be playing the original version and not the special edition, the remaster. And the game does not contain full nudity at any point or sexual activity, but nonetheless is significantly suggestive, and so viewer discretion is advised regardless. I've also put the sexual themes content label onto the stream itself because I think it's important to approach this game as it is designed, which is this is a survival horror game, but it is also a game that is very much so about slime transformation. And so we will be going through this, and I feel this game is incredibly unique in the developer's ability to read the player's mind, I guess is the best way to put it. And I'll be getting to that as we get into it. But for now, let's just start the game up, shall we? And not get distracted by the noises that are occurring right behind me. Hopefully it's not coming through too much. Anyway. Please, one moment. Sorry. Okay, there we go. We should be good now. Sorry about that, y'all. Operation Guide is a very simple and adorable little explanation. Movement with arrow keys, shift to run, Z and X for interaction, F6 for full screen, F12 for restart. Again, this game is made in RPG Maker, so the controls, this particular set of controls might look a bit familiar to you if you played any other games made in that engine. This game is not to any person, organization, region, country, production, and event in real life. This game will not give player any hints initiatively. Please search every clue. We will be playing on normal mode, as easy mode results in an early ending to the game. Normal mode is more challenging, but you are able to play through the entirety of the game, starting now. Seems we've got save files. Your eyes sting under the intense light, but you still make an effort to open your eyes and take a look at the situation you're in. Through your hazy eyes, you discover that you're in a very unfamiliar room. Your limbs feel weak, your head is spinning, but the most gripping thing on your mind is that it feels like you haven't eaten anything in years. You possess nothing but a small pair of shorts. You don't even think they're originally yours. Obviously, you've been kidnapped. Your vague memories seem to align with this fact as well. You've been kidnapped by someone, and they've brought you here. You feel very confused, but you clearly understand that the first thing you should do is escape from this room. Alright, you only have one goal for now. Let's begin. It looks like this device controls the capsule, but it's broken. There's lots of dust on top and no signs of use. So who turned it off? Nothing happened. The screen doesn't work. Dust is all over it, too. Locked. You didn't find anything to open it with. It says hold shift to run on the folded paper. Dried unknown chemicals precipitate at the bottom of the test tubes. You're hungry as hell, but you're not nearly that desperate. Who put these notes here? Do not touch them. If you don't want to become one of them, avoid them. I don't know the capsule password, I just hope you awaken and read this. Be safe, survivor. Is he talking about something dangerous? The handwriting of the note is rather messy, and from its content it doesn't seem like it's written by your kidnappers either. You start hoping this is just a bad TV show. There are more notes on the second page. It's clearly in another person's handwriting. Please remember to dispose of the liquid waste and to clean up the sewer. Do not drop any sticky objects, samples, or chemicals on the floor. Especially the samples. An alloy shell, strong and reliable. You looked inside. There's obviously no way you could climb in. However, you hear something that sounds like dragging and slipping around. You should probably step back a bit. Game over. Just like that. This game is actually really difficult. The game gives you 99 save slots, and you will be using a majority of them on your first playthrough. If not all of them. I did. Anyway, let's try that again. We can't touch the slime, so we have to find some other way to deal with it. And we do need to open that vent. If you look carefully at the floor, you can see that there's gel that is seeped into the vent a little bit here, which is your hint. What was that? Was it some kind of living milk pudding? Whatever it was, this place is clearly not safe anymore. It's not the best time to think about it too much. Still locked. Upon closer inspection, there appears to be a button deep inside. You put your hand in the vent, carefully winding around wires and pipes inside. Finally, you manage to push it. This place is a mess. Seems like it's been deserted for a long time. Where are the people who kidnapped you? It doesn't look like there are humans anywhere around this area. You shivered. You have a feeling that your troubles have only begun. Or maybe you're just cold. Let's focus on finding a way out first. The sunset shines over the collapsed buildings below. You're standing in a tall tower that you have never seen in any news report or book before. A strange place surrounded by ruins. Only the tower stands amongst the rubble. Where is this place? Staring down at the broken walls below, you are on the verge of panic. Are these the ruins of a city? There's nobody around that could help. You are too focused on the view, unaware of the civet behind you sneaking from the roof. That is absolutely not a normal civet. It appears to be made of rubber. You're knocked over by the so-called civet, landing hard on the floor below. I don't remember this happening. You have no time to care about what kind of civet it is, you just know that you're in trouble. This huge human-shaped feline is approaching you, slowly licking its lips. It lowers its front paws in attack posture. You're staring at it and it's staring right back at you. At this moment, time seems frozen. The big cat attacked before you could run, but you didn't expect that this big cat wouldn't pounce. Instead, it transformed into a kind of goo and coat your entire body. Your whole body starts to feel oddly sticky and warm, the feelings of compression as the latex on your body shrinks. It's starting to become difficult to think. Your consciousness is merging with the creature. You've been transferred by this cat. You now think what the cat is thinking, and you lick your lips in satisfaction. You examine your new body, feeling surprisingly happy about it. Maybe one day you'll forget that you were ever human. Your adventure ends here. I don't think I ever saw that one. Is that just for taking too long outside? Anyways, I should probably actually use the save point this time. That way I don't have to go through this over and over. Whoops. Anyways, that's the sort of content you can expect from this game of this is a game about furry slime transformation. That worked much better that time. That creature can move around, can decide to move a random direction as opposed to straight toward you. And as a result, sometimes it will just straight up dodge the grate. You can input the password in this machine. Seems like it's connected to the door on the right side of this corridor. Try to type the password in. Wrong password. Try to find a clue somewhere. A corrugated box made out of corrugated cardboard. Assorted papers, glass shards, and CD fragments are in it. Conclusion? Trash. A corrugated box made out of corrugated cardboard. Conclusion? Trash. A pile of excellent garbage. You don't want to get too close to this broken cup. You aren't wearing shoes. So, this right here. An unusual machine. When you stand in front of it, it scans your iris and makes a record of your progress. Is this some sort of attendance machine? Those are save points. A pile of beautiful garbage. Large cardboard box sealed with tape. Corrugated box made of corrugated cardboard. Some report is written on this. The experiment failed again, so I locked the room, but this time it got so close that it almost blew up the entire building. I've manipulated the pattern of the ceramic tiles on the floor. Bigger tiles are the key. The password of the storage room is hidden across the floor. I saw that there were rats inside the storage room, so we brought in a cat. But yesterday we lost it after it ate our sample. Also, there's something above the balcony. Looks like a wildcat. How could a wildcat be on top of a building like this? All new subjects aren't experimented on voluntarily. We have the last 5 subjects here. I'm sorry for them, but to succeed, to save us all, we need them. We need their sacrifice. Sacrificing a few lives is the preferable option when it means saving many, many others. An old newspaper. It details a serious new flu report. The newspaper looks very old and yellowed, but the date seems very recent to you. How long have you been asleep? You don't know whose notes these are. If we want humanity to continue, we must change our genes. There's no other choice. Is it too late? It matters not as long as I can live, even if I have to reject my humanity. The papers on the back are all medical terminology and chemical formulas. You don't understand a lick of it. Reject my humanity? The man in the picture was turned into a dog. If you touched that thing, would it be the same for you? Come to Lideri, I wait you. Who left this? Reject humanity, become slime. That's so true, my friend. The switch is covered with rust. You can't press it. You start to wonder what the button does. Similar to the machine you have, but it's closed. Still covered in dust, though. Pile of boxes containing only rubbish. So, remember the note that we saw about, whoa. Up, down, left, right, shift or space, escape, F1, F12, Alt-Enter. You probably could move this box easily, but it's definitely a bad idea right now. A star-shaped piece of plastic. It's not important. Why do you want this thing? It's just a piece of trash and you don't even have any pockets. So yes, enemies will wait next to you if you are in a dialogue box, which means that potentially they could wander off a little bit, giving you a chance to escape, which I am amazed I managed to there. But for now, we need the password. The pattern on the ceramic tiles on the floor. Bigger tiles are the key. Seven, 1, 4, 2, 1. Turn that in. Something open. Yes, the game does have music. Maybe they are allergic to cardboard and that's why it broke out. Okay, let's actually get out of here. Device that controls the door. You opened it from the other side. I hope it can't squeeze under the door. What a familiar looking cat that is. Latex beasts aren't affected by the virus. Their body composition is different than humans. Viruses can't live in their bodies. Every test subject has demonstrated immunity to the virus and can't spread it either. However, their minds are lost in the process. The food dish is empty, but you didn't really want to eat cat food, did you? In a pinch, it's safest to run ahead ASAP. The more hesitant you are, the more likely you will fail. Careful observation is also crucial to solving problems. In short, life is not a game. You've only got one chance. Self-preservation is your first priority. Games can be a conversation between the player and the developer. And one thing I really like about this game is moments like that. That note, I think, is a microcosm of a very fun thing that this game does, which is it is fully aware that if you're playing this game, you probably want to see the main character transform into a slime creature. And so it's going to joke about that sometimes. And so that note was just talking about, like, hey, if there's something chasing you, don't get distracted, don't read notes. Hunger, fear, and loneliness flooded your heart like a tsunami. For a poor guy who's been locked away for so long, you're almost at the end of your rope. You don't know what's safe anymore. Those unfamiliar creatures are in every corner, and you have no idea where they're going to show up next. You start praying for someone, anyone, to show up. Any sort of human, just one person. It could be anyone, even the people who kidnapped you. But there's nothing. Not even any decent clothes. Only monsters. Your legs are weak and tired, but you have no other choice. You have to keep going. Get out of the building alive. The cat may look lovely, but you don't want to go back there. I do actually want to see what that note was, though. Let's get past a piece of paper. The layout of this building is terrible, but at least it's incredibly safe. Even if the building was hit by a biochemical weapon, it would still hold for quite a while. It's a perfect laboratory, but it's way too hot and stuffy inside. I'd prefer to go outside for some fresh air once in a while. Rip. You struggle desperately, kicking, pushing, rolling on the ground. With all your efforts, you finally rip the sticky thing off your body. The slime slides back into the pipe and runs away. It looks like the door was welded shut. You can hear water dripping behind the door. They stopped fixing the vent pipe. Someone said they saw something moving inside of it. My friend told me it's an escaped sample. This kind of virus is a super virus that has never been recorded before. This virus has a long latent period and has spread through many different methods. It's also difficult to detect before it's too late. The virus has a long latent period and has spread through many different methods. It's also difficult to detect before it's too late. The virus is way too strong. We've tried all we could, but we still can't cure it. This is our demise, the end of civilization. However, if our plan succeeds, then we may be able to save this world. It's too dark to read what's written here. Game by Dragon Snow and music by Sheezy. I've tried to mix the genes of animals into human genes. I've tested many methods, but until now there hasn't been an effective way. I heard that the social order on the other side of the globe has completely collapsed. We may have been carrying the virus for quite some time. One second here. Okay. But if we aren't human, then it won't affect us, right? There is a main electric switch behind this plate. If power cuts off suddenly, the entire office illumination system will malfunction. If this happens, please fix it ASAP. Office rules coat the paper. You feel like your head will explode if you continue reading this. The bottom of the paper visibly states, "Do not run in the office." A sweeping robot. It appears to be fond of you, as it's staring at you constantly. Do you want to search this box? Yes. While you were digging through the old garbage, you were pricked by an old needle. It wasn't bleeding, so you ignored it. In a minute, you start to feel unusually warm. Your head starts feeling dizzy too. Tiny gray squares overwhelm your vision. You struggle to maintain your footing, but you fail. You don't have the strength to stand up anymore. You feel like you're going to die. You suspect it was filled with poison. However, a strange squirming. You notice that your ears are becoming longer and bigger. You can control them freely as well. Then you discover that your body is also beginning to grow visible fuzz, the same color as your hair. It's true. You pull on a tuft of it, it feels like your normal hair. It hurts a bit too. Your body feels like it's boiling now, and a lot of hair starts emerging from your skin. You try to stay calm as you watch yourself slowly change. Your elongated teeth bite your tongue, and your nails grow like crazy. You can feel a tail swaying where your caudal vertebrae normally is. It's one of the strangest feelings you've ever experienced. Eventually, everything slows down and the hair stops growing. You slowly open your eyes. You immediately notice that your nose has become further from your face. You stretch out your hand and feel your smooth snout. You've become a werewolf, real hairy and all. But you're not as big as you expected. You squat down on the floor. It's a little unbelievable and a little bit happy. You start to adjust to your improved senses. You lost your human identity. At least you like your new appearance. You comfort yourself as you wiggle your new tail. So, what to do next? Wait, what is... They don't seem to have noticed you yet. Try to sneak around them. I don't think you can watch TV on this. It's full of professional-looking words and scribbles. An electric sweeping robot. So, if you ever run, they'll alert. If the light comes on while you are in front of them, yeah, this game is very suggestive. I think the rules should be... I'm tempted to be a little... I'm thinking I'll be a little bit less strict about this one than with Citadel, due to the different nature of these games. So I think don't... Let's see. Don't talk about how hot this game is making you. Like, again, don't personally link it. But calling stuff cute or neat or funny or stuff, sure, that's fine. Whatever. I don't know how to define the line, I guess. These black latex creatures can't form crystalline lenses, therefore they're unable to see in the same way that most animals do. This is a very cute game. It is. They see by detecting motion and utilizing their auditory senses, so they can't see anything motionless. However, the recent activities demonstrate highly developed intelligence, which surprised me greatly. Unfortunately, we have to destroy these failed samples as soon as possible. These samples are completely useless to our research goals. Video of a girl, video of a goat. Goat girl. Video of red, blue, and white. Starts to duplicate another one of the screens. But yeah, I had mentioned up at the top of this game that this game feels like the developer is reading your mind at times. And one of the early examples of that was, like I mentioned, that note that says, that's written on a wall that is inherently dangerous to look at. And the note itself says, keep moving, don't let yourself get distracted. The creatures appear to have independent thought. After several experiments, we discovered that the thoughts and behaviors of tested people were greatly influenced by the creatures. Humans who have been assimilated or parasitized may gain the immunity that we're looking for, but their minds have been permanently altered. They still appear to retain their memories and who they used to be, but they're no longer themselves. Their brains have fused with the parasites. Ah. I was holding shift in order to make the text appear faster, which means that when I exited, I entered run mode. I want that save point. Don't get greedy. These samples form crystals resembling a mask. The mask is as important to them as the nuclei of ourselves. When they die, their crystal mask will root to where it stands and start growing new crystals. These crystals may appear translucent, but there's actually liquid latex inside. Eventually, the crystal will burst, producing new life from the remnants. Obviously, these samples can reproduce using fission. Why are they doing this the hard way? a mask. Do you want to pick it up? No, I don't think I do. Okay, we've saved, so now I can. Should I pick it up, chat? Do you think it's a good idea? To save the rest of the population, we can only turn to genetics. I've tried injecting animal genes into some single-celled organisms. In the initial test, these unicellular organisms swallowed simple cells and forced their genes into other simple cells. The next step is to use them to change human cells indirectly, if that's even possible. You gently lift the mask. It's much lighter than you thought it would be. It's bright and translucent, with no apparent flaws. It's obviously connected to these creatures. You stare at it curiously for a while, then you are surprised by a strange sensation. What's this sticky stuff on your hand? You quickly realize what this means. You try to throw the mask away, but you discover it's glued to your hands. At the moment, the mask starts secreting globs of latex. Some of it went straight for your face, gripping it tightly. Lots more latex poured out from the back of the mask, flowing over your body. Coats all your skin in only a few seconds. Creeps over your body in an orderly fashion. Latex around your face begins to tighten. The mask pulls itself onto your face. You attempt to remove it, but your efforts are fruitless. This thing is stuck to your face. It is now part of you. You can only watch through 2 small holes in the mask. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a mask anymore, and your body feels surprisingly light. You run over your new body with your slimy hands. You feel very sticky. Your bones and internal organs have disappeared, replaced with the goo. You don't know if anything else changed either. You turn your head. All the other creatures in the room are looking at you. What will you do now? Like an electric shock, you compulsively feel a sense of unity. You walk over slowly and hug one of them tightly. Friends! That's an interesting point, though, that, again, y'all seem to have picked up on pretty quickly. We aren't dying, we're transforming, and our character doesn't seem to mind much for most of these. No one believes me, but these samples' intelligence levels are improving too rapidly. They've learned to prioritize superior hosts instead of just anybody. This is happening consistently, not just once or twice. I was worried about it, so I reported to my superiors. They only said was that these samples were failures and to move on. Damn it. what am I supposed to do? Am I really supposed to just dodge all that? That seems kinda... Dang it, Conley. I don't see how to not alert that one when I cross by. Like, it seems like no matter what I do, it just becomes aggressive. I'm also getting impatient, which is a problem. Okay. I need to dodge upward past that, but I also need to wait a minute in order to attract the attention of the enemies ahead. That way they move southward and I can dodge them from the north side. I do not remember having this much trouble in this area. Oh, okay. That's what it is. The small ones can't actually kill me. They just slow me a little bit. We are playing the slime game. Okay, so definitely veer upward for that middle bit. I just need to get past those two, and then I'm in the clear, I think. There we go. We could read those notes on the walls, but seriously. That guy's land next. His tasks will be hard, but please give try. The handwriting is terrible, and there's a lot of mistakes. Broken cup. These samples can alter your DNA by covering your body and breaking down your cells, but the effect is too strong. It transforms you into a liquid latex that has its own consciousness. It makes you transform into monsters that contain animal DNA. We call this transformation. Hey, hey. We're still not sure whether people who have been transferred still possess their own minds at all. The experiment has succeeded, but also failed. He struggled hard and punched the head of that little creature. He flaps his wings and flies away. The little flying guys look a bit strange. They aren't jumping on you. They seem to want to play with you instead. In addition, you quickly notice that there's thick layers of latex on the floor restricting your movement. It seems this strange place is their nest. Save again. You're not going back out there. Classic when you move, they move puzzle. A large stack of collected data has been placed here. But who did it? These black samples eventually all start to fade. They start to solidify and turn into crystals. Part of crystals break up after a while and create new copies. I tried doing more research, but it's too late for that now. Our data for now says that the latex that the crystals create is a mixture of different animals' DNA. Have I mentioned that this game is difficult? Oh, I was hoping I'd be able to jump using the bounce pad. I'm watching you, Conley. Ugh. I at least have a consistent route for the first room. What? That thing walked through the crystal. Okay, so that doesn't work either. Supposedly these creatures are smart. Well, maybe not these specific ones, perhaps, but... Yep, checkmate. Saw a save point up there, though. Yeah, I did mention at the start of this room is that they honestly seem interested in playing with you instead of grabbing you. It's safe here when enemies are too close. Rip. I mean, not rip. If you touch the crystals, you become a cool dragon. An unusual crystal. Do you want to touch it? Why not? You gently wipe the edges of the crystal with your fingers. You didn't realize how sharp it was. Your blood trickles down the sides of the gorgeous hexahedron. You grab your injured hand, but when you examine it, your hand appears completely healed. You're surprised, but your arm starts feeling very bizarre. Your skin begins to turn stiffer and darker with some markings on it. It resembles a fish scale. It spreads rapidly along your arms, extending to your body. You try and compress your bicep, but nothing helps. The changes quickly affect your normal body. Your anatomy is wrecked by subtle changes. Your mouth starts hurting, more accurately, your jawbones. Your mouth becomes elongated and protrudes forward, just like an animal's. You hear a tearing noise and you find yourself growing a small pair of wings. Your tailbone starts protruding greatly. It becomes a big tail covered in black scales. Your feeble shorts are completely unable to accommodate this newfound limb and are torn apart. The wings start growing bigger and bigger. Blood is pumped into the new pair, resulting in a brief instance of anorexia. After some slight dizziness, you open your eyes and examine your new self. You have a handsome set of scales covering your whole body, a sturdy tail, a pair of wings, and horns on your head. The magnitude of it leaves you breathless. But it doesn't matter what you say. The wagging tail behind you reveals everything. Do you love this new body? But y'all can see why I think that this game is kind of interesting in the push and pull it has. Because... that was very mean, developer. Put a crystal right there. The push and pull in the sense of... this is a game about survival, and to progress you need to dodge all the threats. But also, the protagonist doesn't seem to mind too much the results that occur afterwards. But it's also to remember, importantly, that Colin doesn't know that. in a majority of cases, they're ultimately happy with the transformation, but because the main route consists of us never actually getting caught by anything, Colin spends this entire game in terror. Okay, okay. It looks like those green crystals are actually turn-based as well. I thought they weren't. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, I'm doomed. That was unfortunate. I'm gonna try and bait that first enemy out of the way, that way you can hit the bounce pad that it's hovering over. Ow. I'm the best to ever do it. This intelligent creature seems to acknowledge your desire for survival. He nodded, but you're not sure what it means. Careful. You deliberately touch the big dragon. There's an Easter egg where it asks you, do you enjoy this? I thought about talking to the dragon, but I couldn't remember if that caused a game over that I'm going to have to reset for or not. So a normal man, gone through so many strange things in such a short period of time. You don't even have the strength to walk anymore. You wish you were dreaming, but you know that's a foolish hope. What happened outside? Is anyone alive? What can I do? Loneliness, fear, and panic engulf your heart. It might be good to sleep like this. You feel as if you are being embraced softly, like by a silken blanket. Fruit. You notice flakes of black latex on it. Did they put it here? You can't wait to eat it. The fruit is sour, but it's much better than feeling hungry. You're not sure why, but you're homesick. You wipe your eyes and finish off the fruit. After eating the fruit, you feel a lot better. You pick up the remaining seeds and get up. Time to go. Mental food, at the moment, isn't important to you. A pile of books on virology. A pile of books on genetics. A pile of books on zoology. There is nothing. A box full of pamphlets. You can input the password in this machine. Seems like it's connected to the door on the right side of this corridor. There might be some clues around here. A dead potted tree. Did I save? Let's make sure I saved. Okay. Shadowy bird thing. Hell yeah. Over here, you jerk. There we go. The roots of the pod plant are in a pile of leaves. Read quickly. The moon orbits the Earth. Did you know that? A crude astronomical poster. This machine has a password input. It probably controls the rightmost door. 8 digits. You haven't a clue what it could be. The cover of one of the books has something written on it. Right moon, rotated 90 degrees. Seems like everybody likes to lock the doors around here. Moon rotated 90 degrees. Ah, yeah, 2. Thank you. I thought it was 5, but I guess that's like the wrong direction. No transformations in the library. That is very clearly not true. The sweeping robot. The wheels are broken. Save point. The thing is trying to open the door. Doesn't look like you could outrun it forever, so your best shot is to find a hiding place quickly. Iglin? Did you try to type Colin, I guess? Foxy in the library. That's true. Okay. I think I see the route that I need to take. Well, no, that was just unfortunate. This truly is the Dark Souls of... I can't even finish that sentence. I respect myself too much for... Wait, I don't go down that way either? Oh, okay, I see it. I need to, like, double upward slightly. Where that cardboard box is. Oh my god, the shadow in the way. I'll get there eventually. Boo. Zoe, are you familiar with this game at all? Oh my god, I need to push the box too. Good lord. Because we're getting close. It's on your list now. Yeah, sometimes the shadow that's ahead of you will just wander through one of the, whatchamacallits, single pile wide corridors. Come on! Ah. Is it $5? Hmm. Oh my god, I turned one tile too late. Ugh. Can I push the box in advance? Does that do anything? just in case that actually works. Usually the rooms reset in between scene transitions, but let's see. Doesn't look like you could outrun it forever. Your best shot is to find a hiding place quickly. I don't understand. I do not remember how this works. It didn't register my up press. I'm a nice slime. Anyone who's familiar with this game, I'd be open to hearing what the actual answer is here, because I've genuinely forgotten. It's not doubling back. Going down onto the porch seems to have, like, just insta-killed us. It might be stand behind the tree in that room before it enters the room. That might be what it is. Hide behind the tree? Alright. That doesn't entirely make sense, since hiding behind the tree is something from the camera's perspective, but, you know. Oh, okay. Bark, bark, I'm a tree. Piles of books. A mountain of books. Piles of books. Some nice garbage. Please don't be afraid of me. I'm not going to assimilate you. I'm not the same as them. Please rest assured. You must have seen the hints that I posted on the wall. I know the humans must be very smart and excellent creatures. If you're a human, then it would be easy for you to get out of here. Or for you to get here, sorry. I know that it's been hard, but thank you for coming here. Please rest for a while. Do you want to talk? Suddenly, I'm feeling a little nervous. Actually, you're probably more nervous than he is. But maybe he knows the code? It might be a good idea to ask him about this place. We have metabolic needs too, so please don't eat my fruit. Get your own fruit if you're hungry. A large, soft, and fluffy tail. Good. I'm glad you didn't run away or throw anything at my face. As you can see, I'm a so-called monster. Just normal, nothing special monster who wants to be better. Actually, I'm no different than those things you've seen before who want to transfer you. In fact, please try not to fall on me. The consequences are very serious. Well, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Puro. I'm a black latex monster. If I have a gender, I think it would be male. I guess you were the one who was locked in that room. I'm not very good at writing, but I hope that the hints I wrote helped you to understand the situation better. I wrote it up and posted it on the wall. So, are you disappointed? The one who led you here isn't human. However, humans are still an excellent species. You really made it. You came all the way to the library by yourself. Sorry this place is a mess. I hadn't cleaned it yet. It must have been the power failure that made your capsule open. At that moment I realized that you were going to finally wake up. I've never had a conversation with anyone before. Nobody else speaks here. I might be bad at it, but I will try my best to answer your questions. It is a great honor to have a conversation with a real human. I've studied here for ages, probably for this very moment. It's a great honor to talk with the species who created us. So, what would you like to ask? How can you talk? Incredible, right? I was the same as those dark creatures you saw outside, until one day, I came to this library, and I took an interest in these books and the language you humans created. It was strange, but I started to look at these books filled with strange symbols and pictures. It fascinated me. I read as many as I could, but eventually I started to notice the patterns, repeated words, and labeled pictures. But I'm the only one who had the desire to learn. None of the others had the same interest in studying. I surprised myself that I learned to talk. Studying this was super hard, but I really wanted to improve myself. Human language, culture, and the entire world fascinated me so much. It would be awesome if I was human. At least I learned to see better without motion sensing. But it's still such a challenge for me to read. Improve yourself? Yes, my species was created from a failed sample that humans produced. So I know that I'm naturally weak, but I've also read that humans used to be very weak as well, millennia ago. Maybe there could be a high IQ creature like me who could lead his kind to build their own civilization like humanity did. I know this sounds stupid, but no matter what happens, I still want to give it a try. I tried to better myself because I want my kind to be better. I don't want my kind to be doomed to failure and extinction. I want to be better. Evolution? I believe you've already seen those impressive crystals on the way here. When we die, our bodies dissipate. Only this white mask remains. After our masks fall to the ground, it sprouts the same type of crystals which you saw on the way here. The crystals break eventually, producing new creatures. Sometimes a few of them turn out to be different than the rest. I am one of these. The ones that can fly, and the big guy, are evolved more than most. The normal ones like me were created using wolves' DNA. Why me? I never saw what you looked like. I couldn't see into the capsule. But you turned out to be really, really weak, and not very big either. Even escape from that big tail was pretty difficult for you, wasn't it? Before, I was planning to lead you here and use your body for my own. But to tell you the truth, I was really disappointed when I first laid my eyes on you. Looking at you, you're all thin and weak. It's a miracle you managed to get here at all. We can only choose a host once before we're stuck with them. I'm not sure I'd say you're worth it. Do you want to be transferred? Never mind, I'm kidding. What's your plan? It was a long, long time ago. I went upstairs to try and find more information about the world. There I discovered info that said that there's still a human in one of the capsules. Then I found the room you were locked in. I wrote all the clues I could think of that could help you and lead you to me. If you don't get out of here quickly and keep wandering around this building, you'll be transferred by those latex creatures. My original plan was to use the last human as a host, and I could be better and stronger. Even though you've been kidnapped, it may have been a blessing. You missed the plague outbreak and survived. I don't know whether you'd call that lucky or unlucky, but now I'm sure that you're the only human in this building. I never left the building, so I'm not sure how it is outside. Where did the humans go? You might have to prepare for the worst. Same for me. You're so weak and thin. I'm not interested in you for now. You don't have to worry. Wow, huge slam out of nowhere from Puro. Kidnapping? I'm not entirely sure if you were kidnapped or not, but I doubt you volunteered for this. Maybe they kidnapped you because you were special somehow? You slept for a long time, only using that machine to keep you alive. I'm sorry. Building info? If you want to keep searching this building and escape, you must overcome lots of dangers. But if you made it this far, that means you've got what it takes to escape the building. Lots of doors in the building are closed as well. The doors are sturdy and most of them have passcodes. Not even I could get through them. Like the room you were locked in. Try to keep going. I can't help you escape, but if you have any questions, please ask. It's still dangerous for me to search around the building. Ground floor? It's just the first floor, the one that connects to the outside. I've never seen it myself. I've never been outside before. To leave where we were born and go to a completely unfamiliar environment. I may be a monster, but it's still very frightening to me. Some of my friends were brave, they packed up and left, but none of them returned. I'm just a coward and a nerd. I've been waiting on you for all this time. Even though you're weaker than I expected, I never expected you to have such a weak body. If you get stronger, maybe I'll reconsider taking you as a host. Anyway, the bottom floor of this building is the research area. Disorganized and super dangerous. Difficulty? You've only passed the upper layer of this building. Downstairs will be more dangerous than this. You'll need to prepare. Because of the riot, most of the doors are closed. Plus, lots of latex creatures are blocking the way. It is hard to say if you, a small weak human, can ever escape this place. Just do your best. We do need to repeat dialogue quite a few times to see everything, but I would like to get through all of this in one shot. Password? The door next to the moon poster? So the human finally needs some help. But shouldn't you try and find out the password by yourself? Really? You're just asking me right away? I was expecting that you could figure it out by yourself, but I guess it's a really hard one. The password is 1110033. Do not forget. Back to how you can talk. Studying? It's super boring, but it also taught me a lot. It was very hard to learn the letters, very hard indeed. It was a miracle that I managed to do it. I'm grateful for these books. Because of them, I didn't hunt you down mindlessly. For my own sake, I need to study hard. To better myself, I need these books. To strengthen my species. And myself. Then, I'll go outside and see the real world. Knowledge? Writing makes communication easier, and you can experience things without doing them yourself. Only humans create writing. That's amazing. Sometimes I really wish I was a human. Unfortunately, we can't choose our fate. The other artificial creatures all have their own fates as well. We cannot change it. If it must be like this, then so be it. I'm just a monster anyway. I'll just keep reading more books. Become human? Human of strong bodies, intelligence, antibodies, etc. You guys have everything. Just look at me, only one part is strong. The rest of me is soft and sticky, super weak. I really want to be human. Humans are the best creatures I've ever seen. I'm so envious of you, human. I'm fine, don't be worried. Expansion? My species is new to this world. If we don't improve ourselves now, it'll be hard to do so in the future. But I'm certain we can do better than those white latex. I've tried to get my friends to read some books, but they just ate them. It's a long story on how I learned these things. Regardless, I'm happy that I'm the first one. That's why I call myself Puro. Outside. Everything I know I've learned from books. You probably know more than me. I've never left this building. I was born here. You could say this is my entire world. Leaving your planet and surviving in the rest of the universe is not so easy. Maybe there are creatures outside that only eat latex. Huh? No? Let's see. It's also kind of easy to forget which route you're going down for these. Studying. Expansion. About you? We haven't done either of these. White latex? Yeah, they're outside the door. They're white and they're really different from us. You just ran by one of them, don't you remember? Those white latex creatures control a lot of places that are way nicer than ours. So I needed to be better. Better than them. I'm Puro, a male. Don't think that if you scratch my belly, then I'll roll on the ground just because I look like a wolf. As for the gender, it only affects appearance. Both can reproduce by splitting, and both can transfer people. Gender is not important to us. Oh my god, I just pressed F12 in order to take a Steam screenshot, and that reset. Cool. Oh my god. There's no details that are tracked between that sort of thing, except I think Puro is a little bit upset if you ask him for the password, so he probably needed to do that anyway, ultimately. Okay. Well, we're already back to where we were, so... Studying? Expansion? Nah, whatever. We've gotten through 90% of the dialogue at the very least. What's your plan? Pig? From what I know, the virus was an ancient virus, originally frozen in the South Pole. Because humans destroyed the environment so much, it caused the virus to escape. The virus started spreading from the ocean and into the rivers, then onto land. It spread everywhere. This virus can't harm any creatures but humans. When humans touch or eat any animals that have been infected, humans will be infected too. This virus hides itself very well. When humans finally notice it, it's almost 60% of humans on the planet were already infected. The outbreak happened, and then you woke up. That's about it. Wait, what? Seriously? Right in front of me? So, we have met Puto, and that's about the hour and a half marker for our playthrough, so I think I'm going to call it there. We have met someone who I dare say is a friend, or at the very least is willing to help us out, and is a interesting sort of reversal on the concepts that the game has been working with thus far of Colin is a human that desperately wants to maintain human form, but if they do end up getting transferred, they're ultimately happy with their new form. Meanwhile, Puto is one of these sludge creatures that desperately wishes it was human instead. And so they're not exactly opposites from each other, but it's similar concepts that are going in semi-opposite directions. We will be seeing a lot more of Puro in the future, but for now, I think that's going to do it as an episode 1 of Changed. I don't want to completely wear out my voice here. Thanks as always for joining me, everyone, and let's see who we can raid to. Frankie's Casual RPG Workshop. A nice change of pace. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Frankie Pixel Show is currently doing pixel art sprite work. Probably horror stuff. Frankie Pixel Show is the artist for and primary developer of the game Look Outside. So, yep, they're sketching a flesh pillar monstrosity thing. So let's go on over.
To another place.
To another place, my friends.